Welcome back as always, guys. So, a couple of things that, actually more than a few things that every pack should have, right? I don't think sometimes people put enough focus on some of the little things that that you should have in a pack. At least I don't see anybody talking about it anyway, right? So the bulk of this is going to be somewhat medical related, but I'll show you one little thing up front. Now, we'll get into some more detail on the uses and such of some of these items in later videos. This is just to get you kind of thinking about some things. What are some little small things that might be missing from your bags that you should have that could end up being really important? And this pretty much applies across the board to whether you're using a bug out bag, a get home bag, or a patrol pack, or more set up, you know, like a specific use pack, like doing reconnaissance, whatever. These are all things that pretty much universally you should have in a pack. One of the first things is this right here. These are just a simple set of pruning shears. Now, these are Fiskars. You can get any number of brands, even some El Cheapo ones off of Amazon that will absolutely do the job. There are some really good uses for these. They don't take up any real space or weight, and it's not something a lot of people think about having. Everybody thinks about having the big old survival knife and, you know, all that. And we'll do something specific with these in a future video, and I'll show you a number of ways that these are far more beneficial and useful and a better option than the big old survival knife. So stay tuned for that. It'll be in the future down the road, right? So some other things. Now, I'll show you one up front. This one really isn't as pertinent to, say, a patrol pack or a mission specific pack. This is probably better suited for a get home bag, a bug out bag, that sort of thing. Although there are situations where this could come in handy in more defensive minded pack uses and mission specific uses. And it's something simple that I found that you can put together your own. You can absolutely put this together yourself. But for some folks, sometimes it's easier to go ahead and just buy a little kit like this that's already made. That's perfectly acceptable too. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Make it yourself, buy it already put together. Either way, bottom line is that you get it. This particular one's already put together. Now, I've made these of my own in the past, right? I've got them in my packs. You know, my family's got them. But we've always just put it together ourselves. The reason I wanted to show you this is I finally found somebody that's doing it prepackaged, where you can buy it already together and save yourself some time, and maybe even save yourself a little money. Sometimes it's cheaper to get them already put together. This particular one's from Rescue Essentials. It's in a sealed plastic bag that's actually got a Ziploc closure, so once you open it, you can close it and keep using it. It's a personal hygiene kit, and I'll let you kind of see what all is in it. I'll shove it up in front of the camera there. Pause it if you need to. But, so, simple things. Now, keep in mind, if you're having to use your bug out bag, your get home bag, whatever, it's a bad situation, like really bad situation, and most likely I'm going to say it's probably a grid down situation. So these things could be really, really important. So just the first one, bar of soap. Self-explanatory. Hygiene is going to be imperative in really bad times. Having that little bar of soap, if you just got to stop overnight somewhere to be able to clean yourself up a little bit, really good idea. Little tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush. Have you given thought to how you're going to take care of the chompers in bad times? If you're on foot for 3 or 4 or 5 days, how long are you going to go till your mouth gets all funked out? Little toothbrush and a little tube of toothpaste goes a long way. You can stretch it just brushing your teeth once a day, once every other day. You could brush them once every other day with the toothbrush and once every other day with the toothpaste. Goes a long way to keeping your teeth and mouth healthy, and will stretch it quite a long ways. 5 cleansing washcloths. Pretty self-explanatory there. Things we were always taught back in the day was 2 areas that you really want to keep clean: your armpits and your crotch. Cleaning washcloths that are already have stuff on them, kind of like baby wipes, you can wipe down and keep the funk away. It's a good thing. And not just armpits and the crotch, but the posterior as well. You get a good case of a monkey butt and you'll never want it again. A tissue roll. You will go to the bathroom. It's going to happen. Having a roll of tissue is going to be a pretty good idea in keeping that backside straightened out. Hygiene. Bottle of hand sanitizer. It's not where you can wash your hands every time you go to eat or do something. Squirting just a little bit of that hand sanitizer on there and killing whatever nasties you've got on your hands before you touch your mouth or face. Probably a good idea. And then a little packet of just plain old tissues. You know what? Sometimes you just need to wipe your eyes. Sometimes you need to wipe your nose. Whatever. We take for granted not having a little pack of tissues. Having something like this in your pack, and you can obviously supplement it with more to go longer, whatever. But even for just a couple of days, that's a valuable little thing that I don't think a lot of people put thought into. And again, this one's already pre-made. You can take a big Ziploc bag and do the same thing and put your own stuff in there. One way you can get around that, buy you one of the little travel toothbrushes, and every time you go to the dentist, I don't know about y'all, but every time I go, my dentist always sends me home with one of those little packs of toothpaste. We got a freaking drawer full of them in there. Those little packs of toothpaste, drop it in there with a toothbrush. You can finally make use of them, right? There you go. Stock up on things in your bags that are small and simple and people don't think about. Like, for example, you can buy a whole pack of these wet cleaning wipes. Again, these are Rescue Essentials. That are alcohol hand wipes. Hygiene. These will go a long way in keeping your hands and other parts of your body clean in a pinch. And it doesn't take up any space or weight. Reusable Ziploc bag. You can seal it up. Good to go. Simple. Along that same lines, everybody's got blowout kits and bleeder kits and pressure bandages and 15 tourniquets and all that. But what are you going to do when you get that cut or scrape on your hand or arm from the big wait a minute vine with the big giant thorns that you didn't see? You going to put a tourniquet and a pressure bandage on that? If you don't put something on it, good chance of getting infected. Gets infected, guess what? That's every bit as bad, if not worse, than a gunshot wound, because you're in trouble when you can't get to the hospital and get antibiotics. So stock up for cheap. They're cheap. They're stupid cheap. There's no reason why you can't buy packages like this of little individual things of triple antibiotic ointment, hydrocortisone cream, iodine pads. What else is in here? I've got so many of these. I mean, just those 3 things right there for treating little cuts and bug bites and stuff could save your life. Like, seriously save your life. Infection is a sucky way to die. Lots of pressure bandages and stuff going on, but you toss a simple triangle bandage into your pack with your medical supplies. That triangle bandage has got a ton of uses. You can pack a wound with it. You can sling a sprained arm with it. You could tie a splint on with it. You can bandage a wound with it. You can make a pressure bandage out of it. There's tons of things you can do with this, and it doesn't take up any weight and it doesn't cost anything. It's pennies for the most part. Now, I'm still looking for a place to do this, but you can do it on your own. And I pulled this one out of my own pack to kind of show you. You can do this yourself, Ziploc baggie. Save your old prescription bottles, guys. Your old prescription bottles are awesome for doing this. They seal up good. They're the color that they are for a reason. But I take individual baggies and I put medicines in the baggies, and then I write on the baggie what's in there. Okay? So they're in the baggie and they're in the medicine bottle. So they're sealed up, they're away from the sun, the wind, the rain, the water, the whatevers. But then just tape you a label on the outside. And I put what the medication is, how many to take, and the time frame to take it is. So like, I've got extra strength Tylenol in here. Take 2 every 6 hours. Ibuprofen. 2 every 4 hours or 4 every 6 hours. Excedrin migraine. That's a good one to have because it's got Tylenol, aspirin, and caffeine in it. If you suffer from really, really bad headaches for whatever reason, that's a good thing to have on hand, and you can get the generic stuff just as good. Take 2 of those like every 12, 24 hours. I keep some stomach stuff in here like Pepsid and some gas relief pills. You never know, you should always have a personal pill pack. In the same bag, I keep some little things like right here is some Imodium, and I forgot to put that back in, but Imodium could be a lifesaver. You get something funky monkeyed in the old digestive tract, and you will want that Imodium. And I pulled this out, and I shouldn't have, but we will get it back in there somehow. There we go. Okay. Got a little tube of Benadryl. Bug bites suck. They will drive you nuts. Now these you can get, and they're good to just pick up at the store. Little bottles of Dramamine. These little travel packs. Aleve. I like having all the different painkillers, so Tylenol and such for just general headaches, pain relief. Ibuprofen for inflammation, joint pain, and the Aleve, aka naproxen, for muscle pain. Each one works a little differently, right? And then also keep a couple of Band-Aids and a little pack of Neosporin. I need to change out the Neosporin. I think Polysporin is a better option and a better choice there. So that's kind of on my to-do list, but I just wanted to show you that. Keep all that kind of in your personal pill pack. Keep medicines with you. In a bad situation, having freaking sore muscles, sore joints, bad headache, whatever, it can be deadly because it can lower not only your performance, but your situational awareness, your cognitive thoughts, because pain and discomfort does bad things to you. Very, very dangerous. And then last but not least, Band-Aids. Simple, flexible fabric Band-Aids. Buy them by the box. Buy them all different sizes and shapes. I can guarantee you're going to have more cuts and scrapes than you are gunshot wounds and knife cuts. I can guarantee it. And I said last but not least, but this is another option to have to keep in your pack. Now I have just found something else new. When it gets here, I'm going to do a video on it, providing that it is the right, that I feel like it's the right quality and does what I want it to do. That's my caveat there. If it doesn't, then I ain't going to show it to you. But if it does, I'll be doing a video on it showing it to you. In the meantime, because I had already gotten this before I found out about the other, which you don't know what the other is yet because I ain't told you. This is, again, from Rescue Essentials. It's a universal first aid refill kit. It has to refill an existing first aid kit. Notice I said first aid kit, not trauma kit. A couple of gauze sponges, a couple of non-adherent pads, a compound pad, triangular bandage, 8 Band-Aids, 6 knuckle Band-Aids, 2 rolls of gauze, some Coflex waterproof tape, some tincture of benzoin ampules, some antibiotic ointment packets, and 2 PVP ointment packages. Cuts, scrapes, sprains, far more likely, okay? You can buy this, get a pouch, make your own little first aid kit with those contents, or use that as a guide and a basis and then create your own and add to it. The point is, have these things in all your packs. They're going to go a long way, I can assure you, in making things better for you. Okay? I've done it and been there and experienced it, and there's nothing like being out in the bush away from civilization for a couple of days and having a cut that I don't have any way of covering up. It's constantly hurting. It's constantly aggravating me. I'm worried about it getting infected. It takes thought process away from the other things I should be paying attention to. Getting a bad headache or bad gas cramps from something that you ate, it will take away your cognitive processes, and you will not be as effective and as alert as if you didn't have those things that your brain was subconsciously focusing on. Those little things go a long way into making things better. So, just some little tips, food for thought. If it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, then carry on and you do you. Like I said, got some follow-up videos coming on this same subject and topic, so we'll get into that down the road. As always, thanks guys. Take care. See y'all later.